Hello? Are you? Can you talk for a minute? I don't really know where to begin, but I came home last night to talk to my husband, and I told him about us, and we talked for a long time. And I guess long story short, we're gonna try to work things out. You and I can't talk anymore.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 601. I'm your host, GBD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by the man who's the original freeloader, Wombat.
I am still original. Still a freeloader. I don't know.
OGF.
OGF, that's me. That's a thing.
Right.
Yeah, why not?
Shipwreck, who is a minnow, perhaps?
I'm an anti-freeloader. I don't even load those free games up.
He's got a point.
So welcome to the show, everybody. I feel like I might throw up or pass out at any time. So
exciting.
Yeah, it adds an extra dimension to the show. But I have some things that I want to talk about, and Mrs. Cheapy's out, so this isn't. I feel like I could sit at a computer and talk, even if
I'm there with you. I also was not feeling great this evening, so I'm like, I can't go to sleep feeling the way I feel.
And you're not gonna do manual labor here or anything while you're sitting here. It's just sitting and talking.
I felt a little bad because my son wanted to have a Nerf gun fight in the house, and I. After 10 minutes, I'm like, I can't do this right now.
Right. I have to rest up from my big show.
Exactly.
And I don't feel that well.
Exactly.
And you have broken toes.
And I have one toe doesn't want to bend anymore, so I'm pretty sure that one's broken. The other toe just got really, really purple.
What did you hit your toes in?
Okay. So picture a shower with glass doors.
Okay, got it.
And
most showers.
Yep, and they're on the there's the metal guide rail on the top and the bottom. They keep the glass doors in place. So when
it's a sliding glass door.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
So when I stepped out of my shower, I misjudged where the guide rail was, I guess, and my foot just went right into the metal bar.
The bottom one.
Yes, not the top one. That would have been very impressive.
I think we have the opposite problem here, Shipwreck. He's not clearing it. He can't get over the lowest part.
Literally, basically, I'm too short to get over get out of my own shower.
It's a lot of effort to lift that leg up.
It is. And I just smacked the two toes really hard.
Yikes.
How long did you hop around on one foot naked?
There was definitely the initial scream, the walking into the bedroom, the just kind of laying on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you made it to the bed. You weren't laying on the ground.
That's cool.
No, it was.
Okay.
I made it to the bed. It was the laying on the bed. It didn't get bright purple right away.
Right.
So I got dried off and I got dressed thinking, it'll be fine in 5 minutes. That old chestnut. And then I still managed to take my entire family and one of my daughter's friends to the mall and walk around the mall.
What?
Yeah. Oh no, I never said I was very smart.
What were the curse words that you went with right after you hit your foot?
Probably there was some significant F-bombs dropped.
Oh, nothing too creative?
Nothing too creative. Okay. And then after that we came home for we were going to just do a pit stop at home and then go out cuz Elliot needs new sneakers. And I'm like, well, let me just, because my feet, I'm like, my toes still hurt. Let me just see what they look like.
Make sure I have them all.
And I took my shoe and my sock off, and it did. It looked like two, those long grapes?
Those are good.
Those dark black kind of long grapes? Yeah, they are very good. That's what my toes looked like. And I'm like, I'm not going anywhere for the remainder of this day. And, I got an ice pack, and then, I'm fine. I just have a broken toe.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Ugh. That's my fun story.
That's not helping me feel better. It's making me feel more nauseous, actually.
Well, the day before, I went to a sunflower maze, and that was lovely.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Love
It's the sunflower maize is part of the North Fork Potato Chip Company. And they use the oil from the sunflowers to make the potato chips.
Great.
Mm-hmm. So I got some good potato chips, too. I got to see pretty flowers and potato chips.
It's a win-win.
That is a win-win. Tell me how that isn't a win-win.
I can't.
I think a potato maze would be easier.
Yeah, potato maze would definitely be easier. It's like, oh yeah, we grow the potatoes over there, and that's like the flat nothing field. But and then there's the acres of sunflowers.
Right. Do you think maybe I overdid it at Orange Theory, and that's why it's either an old.
You had Orange Theory today, and now you're feeling sick?
I went today. Yeah. Also, I went Monday and I went today, which is Wednesday, and I played table tennis yesterday. But I also had an old calzone today for dinner.
That might have something to do with it.
Well, I froze
What's
it
an
right
old
after.
calzone consist of?
I was it was a leftover calzone. I froze it immediately when I didn't eat it the first time.
I don't know.
That's fine.
I've never thought about freezing.
How old
calzone.
was the calzone?
See, the problem was there's two different calzones in the freezer from two different trips.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to say. I don't think a calzone is going to make you feel like you have like feverish though, like in your head.
I
I had a
mean,
calzone for dinner.
You did?
Honestly, I'm feeling like I think I feel the way I do because I had too much dairy today, and it was very hot and humid out. And dairy and humidity combined can make you feel sick.
Sure.
I don't know.
So yes, it could very well be the calzone because calzones are like
Gross.
gross.
This one,
My new calzone was
I
fantastic.
know this was good too. It can't be that. It was too soon actually because I just ate
I
it.
didn't say calzones tasted bad, but they're gross.
What's so gross about a calzone?
The cheese gets too globby inside, I find.
No, well, you have to. I'll take you to a good spot, Wombat, but you might get sick.
Okay.
after.
Good Ohio calzone.
No. Oh, I don't know. I think I'm just like I'm an athlete now, and I have to be prepared to feel like how these athletes
okay, I
feel. They
see.
feel when they overdo it, their body just can't cope, and they have to suffer the consequences. Does that sound familiar, Ship?
Yeah,
I thought you were talking to me.
I've heard that before.
Have you heard about that?
Uh-huh.
You heard about my big victory on the rowing machine?
I did.
That was pretty good, right?
I guess. I have no context for rowing, but I saw you at the top of the leaderboard.
They had it's a 500-meter row test.
What they didn't tell you is that everyone else in the class only had one arm.
No. There is a woman who's missing a hand, and she wasn't in that class that day, but who I've seen her work out there, and she seems to do just fine.
I actually know someone who's missing a hand that lives near you. I wonder if it's the same person.
Maybe. Anyway, the point is, forget about her. The point is that I had the second best score in the whole class, in the whole gym. So that was pretty good. I mean, two people tied for the first place, but I could still say I had the second best score. But the first best in people over.
No, that's not how that works.
I can't say I have the second best time.
No, you don't.
Doesn't count.
You don't get the silver medal if there's two people who are tied for gold.
Well, how does
You
that
get the
work?
Bronze medal. You get the bronze.
So they get, what do they? They both get gold?
I'm sure there was a split second there, or they both share the gold.
No,
You get the
they were
bronze.
both the same. The minute 18. They both had a minute 18.
Yeah, they both get golds, and you get the
and
bronze.
I had a minute 20, and I get bronze. Okay. That's fair.
Okay.
That's fine.
There's nothing wrong with bronze. You just don't get to vault up to second place when there's two people.
Okay.
ahead
I
of you.
wasn't, I've never been here before, so I don't know how this works. Yeah. So I got a minute 20. I said that already, but I was very happy with it. But I also thought I was going to die immediately after finishing it. And then there was the entire class to do afterwards. But I persisted and persevered. And that's why I sort of like Orange Theory, because I never feel like I could do it. And then I do it. And I'm like, oh, shit. I am Dirk Diggler. You know what I'm saying?
So has this gotten you any more interested in Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games?
0.0% more interested.
Oh, see, that game looks interesting to me, but that's neither here nor there.
No.
Just because they have the retro stuff in it now?
Yeah, it looks silly. I don't think I would actually buy it, but it, doesn't mean
It definitely has more appeal now when
Yeah.
they've done that.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, okay, you got us.
Mhm.
No. It hasn't made
But
me
not
more
cheapy.
interested in watching people row either. I haven't been looking through ESPN to see what like the latest rowing events are. But I do follow a guy on Instagram who is really good at rowing. He's 6'8", and he works at Orange Theory, and he gives a lot of rowing tips. So shout out to @TrainingTall, because that helped. You know what I'm saying, Wombat? If you need any rowing tips, Wombat, you should hit him up.
I will do that.
Maybe you need training short.
Well, we are going to re-up for the first time in a long time. We decided today to re-up our JCC membership. That has a gym with a personal trainer.
Yeah, but you're never going to do that.
I'm just saying it's a thing that exists.
It is.
Mhm.
It is a room that he has walked past.
I don't know.
That I am paying for.
I feel like Orange Theory is good for people like us who are not really motivated to do this type of thing, and who would otherwise, as soon as they walk into a gym, are always looking for the quickest excuse to get out of there, which I'm guilty of.
Wombat's on the IR.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Right now,
Yeah.
yes. Currently, yes. I'm not doing much
It's
of anything.
bad. That's bad, though. That's going to be even worse.
I don't know. What do you want from me? I didn't break my toe on purpose. Or
Prove
did
it.
I?
I feel like I've been putting a lot of pressure on you with this Orange Theory stuff, and you just think, maybe I'll just break my toe.
It's just a matter. The problem for me is time. I just don't have time.
It's 2 hours a week. If you could
Exercise on the train.
2 hours a week, it will change.
It's like he said. It's like he doesn't get. I'm
I know,
literally
I
out
know.
of my
I'm
house
just saying.
before 7 and not home. I'm out of my house before 7 a.m. and I don't get home until after 7 p.m.
Okay, but they have classes
and
after
that's a
that.
long day.
It's a very long day. They have classes before and after, and on the weekend. If you could find 2 times a week, you would really surprise yourself. I think what you're capable of. That's all I'm going to say.
What if you just took a Peloton with you on the train each day?
Forget the train. Just ride a bike into Manhattan.
I need one of those steppers to put underneath the train seats. They should have there.
They don't have these cars yet on these trains?
I know, right? They
The
should
exercise
have step
car?
cars.
They barely have seats, Shep. The train barely leaves the station, as you can attest
Right.
to.
One out of the 2 trains I tried to use when I was in town worked.
That is a
You know
fact.
what we're dealing with here with Long Island Railroad. We can't be looking for amenities. They don't even have garbage cans on the train. It's like you can't expect really much. You have a toilet and chairs and lights.
It is weird that there's no place to throw out garbage on the train. I never even thought of that until just now.
Well, living in Japan for 9 years and seeing what really clean trains look like and well-operated trains look like, you can see what it takes to make that happen. And one of the things is...
Yeah, but I'm very curious. How many people ride the Long Island Railroad in a day compared to the Japanese transit system
lot.
that you rode on?
A lot. It's just about that. It's that they do certain things, like they have garbage can on trains. They have people whose job it is to clean the trains at certain points. The train stops at a station.
They don't spend $2 billion on unnecessary overtime a year, I'm sure.
Probably
also.
that as well. And what was the other thing I was going to say? I mean, those are the two main. When you have people who are job it is to clean the trains up, you have garbage cans on the train. Oh, and also the trains stop running at a certain time. There's certain times where the trains just do not run, so more cleaning can be done, like in the stations and stuff. So those 3 things contribute to really nice, clean trains in Japan. So if Long Island Railroad could just copy that, but without the shutting the trains down early in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. The shutdown thing is not that won't fly.
Right.
People will be like, "I'll stick with the dirt.
Right.
Just get me home."
Right. But certainly you could have people whose job it is to clean the trains at certain points during the day. Anyway, let's clean out some of this show feedback.
Sure. Wendelman had to say, finally finished listening this morning and really enjoyed the show. Fun to look back and remember things and close old wounds. Really appreciate the effort you guys do to visit with us. You need to plug the Discord server more. Lots of great people in there, and it seems we always have things to talk about. Looking forward to the next 600. I also very much enjoy the CAG Discord. It's a lot of fun. It's probably my preferred social media platform at this point.
Interesting.
So,
I think if you can get to it by going to Discord, let's see, .gg/CAG, is that it? Yes, we did it.
All
You
right.
could be our 25th, 100th member if you join quickly.
Oh, good luck. to that person.
What else we got here, Wombat, before I pass
Call
out?
me Steam has to stay. Fantastic episode. You guys are really firing on all cylinders. Thanks for 14 years of entertainment. Well, at least 11 years or so anyway. I think that's a joke aimed at the show wasn't good until Shipwreck joined.
I get it.
Is that? Yeah, right?
good.
That's what I thought the joke was.
Good joke.
Yep, good work. And Detective Conan 16 has to say, Wombat's daughter is cool for constructing the entire Zelda costume. And come on, Cheapy, there's nothing wrong with learning the art of tailoring and seam setting. I just wanted to say, if you do leave a comment on the show thread exclaiming that either one of my children is cool, chances are I will read it.
Oh, no, you're giving away all the tricks. First it was if you send
I'm just saying, chances. Right. I didn't say I would.
So mention Wombat's kids or send him something for free.
In a positive way.
Right.
You know.
Or send him something for free. That's positive. Not like horse manure.
No, that would be bad. And don't say my kids are horse manure. Only I can do that.
Exactly. How about some watch this bitches?
Sure.
It's busy.
Busy in the entertainment world, yes.
It is. So I guess, this is breaking news, but there's a big spider fight over Spider-Man. And I haven't really been following it because I don't care, but so you explain it, Wombat.
Okay, so for those who are unaware, their Spider-Man, the movie license, is currently held by Sony Pictures, right? So the last few Spider-Man movies, prior to the Tom Holland movies, those were all Sony Picture releases. That's why Spider-Man was not part of the MCU until Sony and Marvel made a deal after The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was disappointing in the box office.
Got it. And then Tom Holland came in.
And Tom Holland came in, and the MCU spun its MCU magic on it and made them good movies, and they were able to put Spider-Man in their movies, and you had this whole homogenous Spider-Man thing,
Right.
and everyone seemed to really
So what's the
enjoy
problem
it.
now?
So
They want more money. Let me guess. Sony wants
Disney
more money.
No,
Disney wants more. Disney wants more money?
Disney wants more money. Disney has 100% of all the merchandising and 5% of the gross, I believe is what they get when these movies are made. They were asking for less of a financing burden on making these movies and 50%, which is a lot more than 5%.
I can't even be bothered to care about this.
So
They're going to come up
and
with
Sony,
something because it's so much money.
It's not difficult math. Amazing Spider-Man 2 was considered a bomb, and that made $700 million. The last Spider-Man movie made just over $1 billion. So even if the next Spider-Man movie does just as well as their worst Spider-Man movie, they still make more money than if they agreed with Marvel and went with their deal. Does that make sense? Did I say that in a way that makes sense?
Right. It's not like they were really doing that badly before Marvel.
They weren't doing that badly, but they weren't making good movies.
Right.
And Sony's going like, but we don't have to make good movies.
Make money with
We're
Spider-Man.
we'll make more money with a bad movie.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
For a while, they can do that.
Yeah.
But then the word is out that Spider-Man sucks
going
again.
down. Right. And this is clearly like Disney went into this knowing the outcome of this ask.
Yeah.
So this is a negotiating tactic.
Yeah.
It has to be.
They set up the whole universe, the upcoming universe around Spider-Man.
Right. It seems pretty important to the whole Marvel thing.
Or they just fast track the X-Men. And we see an X-Men movie by 2021.
They just wasted a couple movies and a lot of like Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame by wasting it on the Spider-Man character that they can't use.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They'll work it out. It's going to be okay.
Right. It's going to get worked out.
It's too much money. It's not.
I don't know. We'll see.
It's just
There's a lot of egos. I
still like my idea of just trading them Iron Man for Spider-Man. They're done with him.
Right. Well, no, they're going to maybe reboot in like 5 years.
I wouldn't be surprised if the next Spider-Man movie is a Spider-Man Venom movie now, and you get that,
That's
carnage. Spider-Man and Venom
that
fighting
Venom
carnage
movie
together.
is like the best DC movie. It's like the best you could say about that movie.
It's not a good movie, but I like it.
Sure.
That's my description of the Venom movie. It is a bad movie that I did enjoy.
Right. I'm not going to watch that. Hey, at Hoyt TY writes in and says Sony buys Insomniac, and in PR mentioned Spider-Man games, and the same day Sony kills the deal with the Disney on the movies. Is there a connection, or is that just total coincidence?
Probably coincidence. I doubt the game division knows what the movie division is working on.
Right.
Yeah.
But do you think that
expect to see a lot less Spider-Man? If this does, fall apart, expect to see a lot less Spider-Man in other things. Because they're going to totally do what Marvel did with X-Men and Fantastic Four and just stop putting them in anything. Like, there won't be any more. What do you mean by in anything, though? Like, when they re-released one of those Marvel vs. Capcom games and they had no X-Men in it. Or
they're not going to do that with Spider-Man, though.
They're going to do that with Spider-Man. They're 100% going to do that with
No,
Spider-Man.
they won't.
If this deal falls through, they're going to make Spider-Man worthless.
They won't.
Because
he's worth too much to Marvel.
Spider-Man still had value when they were focusing on making the X-Men and Fantastic Four worthless, and they did a pretty good job at that. So now
it's not that
they
hard
have it all,
to do that to Fantastic Four. Let's be fair.
No, but X-Men they did some pretty decent damage to. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that to Spider-Man. I think they're going to. Again, if the deal really does fall through.
You're killing your Mickey Mouse.
I did. Yes.
That's not going to happen.
They'll find a new one. It
doesn't exist. There is not another Spider-Man.
Yet. Wolverine.
Well,
is not
they saved Wolverine.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, they have Wolverine now.
They do. He's not Spider-Man.
Yet.
He's never going to be Spider-Man.
Yet.
He's too adult.
Spider-Man
doesn't skewer people with his claws.
Right. Spider-Man has the appeal from kids to adults.
So does Wolverine.
No, he doesn't.
Sure he does. Kids love Wolverine.
Hey, Bob. Look. You skewered that guy.
The Adventures of Teenage Wolverine. People are going to eat that shit up.
Right.
I could see them leaning more into different Spider-Man potentially. But
well, they don't have any other ones.
They have them. They just don't have the movies for them. It's not like they're not going to make.
If they don't have
toys.
the movies, the movies is where the money is for them. And without the movies, they're not going to focus on them. You'll see fewer Spider-Man comic books.
No,
You'll see with the Fantastic Four, they just canceled their comic book outright. But you'll see fewer Spider-Man comic books. You'll see fewer Spider-Man in outside pop culture things. Fewer cartoons.
Fewer chia heads.
Seriously, yes. That's the kind of thing you'll just start seeing less and less of.
And none of this is going to happen. Doesn't matter. They're going to make a deal. It's too much money. If they're two big companies, it's not like there are these two guys who everybody's looking to make money.
But that's kind of what it is. It really is just two guys.
Yeah, but they're going to go for the money. It's too. The shareholders will be mad if they don't work it out. For both companies, they'll be mad. So you got to work it out. They're two public companies.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's talk about some real stuff and watch this, bitches. Ty and I watched basically the latest lineup of DC Universe's movies and TV show offerings. Have you watched Batman Hush?
I did watch Batman Hush.
And Justice League versus the Fatal Five?
I did, with Starman.
They're both very, I don't really need to go into too much detail, but I thought they were both really well put together and held my attention as an adult. And Ty was into it as a kid. I heard that Hush made a couple of changes from the original source material, but in a movie like this, you sort of have to make. I saw what they changed, and they've had to make that change because everybody would have guessed like the secret ending because reasons. But anyway, I think like this. I've watched a lot of stuff on DC Universe, and it's all very good quality. I don't know if it's worth the price, but definitely the stuff they have on there is pretty well
Yeah,
done.
I don't think DC Universe is worth the price. I'll just say it.
Right.
But they need to figure that out because they're yeah. Although the next season, Titans, excuse me,
Oh, yeah, might
Titans
die.
season 2 does come out next month. So who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah,
Good to know.
yeah. It's like out in like 2 weeks or something like that. I liked Hush. I had read the comics, but it'd been a long time, so I kind of knew what was going on. I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of remember that.
Yeah, I just like the quality. I'm just saying, like, I like the quality of the production, the art, the writing. It's like they're well put together. There were a few crappy DC movies. There was a bad window there of like a year or two where the stuff coming out was just not up to their usual high standard. But I think they're moving back there.
Yeah, I like the 2 Superman ones were pretty good. The Reign of the Superman, the Death of Superman.
Yes, that's
Reign
the
of
other
Superman
one
ones.
that I didn't put those on there. Yeah, we watched those too.
Those two I like.
Yep. All good stuff. What else have you been watching? I see other stuff on here. Is it?
Oh yeah, I watched a documentary on Netflix called Jack of All Trades about the baseball card industry.
Oh, I saw that. I didn't see it, but I saw it there.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, it starts off about the baseball card industry and then it turns into something else. But I don't want to spoil it if you do watch it.
Oh,
But
wow.
I do recommend it.
Like Capturing the Freedmans?
Not that bad.
Right. Got it.
But I would say yes and no at the same time.
Gotcha. All right.
Similar,
Okay, interesting.
but not as horrifying.
Don't say anything. I'm interested.
Like, you're not going to watch it and be like, this is the most
Right, I'm not
horrifying
gonna
thing
throw
I've
up.
ever seen.
Got it.
Yeah, exactly. But you'll be like, I did not see that this is where this was going to wind up.
Cool. What else?
Yeah. Elliot and I watched the Invader Zim movie that's on Netflix that came out last week. And he loved it. I enjoyed it. I liked that TV series. So I was glad they made a new movie. But he loved it. Like he was telling my wife about it the next day. By minute replay of the movie. And I'm like,
Like Emily.
I'm like, yeah, it was pretty funny. So Invader Zim, watch it if you like cartoons.
I got a lot of recaps from Emmeline when she was visiting.
Yeah, about what?
Everything.
Paw Patrol.
I don't know. Anything that she happened to be watching.
Excellent.
Watch this, bitches.
That's it.
I finally read the graphic novel that we got for Ty. They Called Us Enemy by George Takei. That talks about his life and his 4 years living in a Japanese American internment camp. 2 internment camps, actually. It's really well done. It's pretty inspiring and amazing to read about his family and the experience, and it's obviously very scary and hits close to home, being married, having created a Japanese American, and to see like how quickly and easily we sort of just put 100,000 people into prison camps, like without any type of trials or anything. But you should definitely check it out if you like graphic novels, and they should definitely make this into a movie too. It would be a very compelling movie, and it's good stuff. Shipwreck, you know what else is compelling?
What's that?
New releases.
There are some. I wouldn't call this a very compelling.
I haven't looked yet. I'm just assuming they're compelling.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
What are there? Is there anything in here you want to talk about?
No. Backpack Twins? No, I don't want any of these.
I've heard good things about Rad.
It's not Robot Alchemic Drive, though.
No, it's a Double Fine game, like a roguelike game made by Double Fine. There you go. That's all I
I
got.
feel like they're trying to capitalize on people's love of Rad.
Yes.
Real
I'm
Rad.
surprised that it's not on Game Pass, considering I know that this, I guess, predates the buyout, but still, put that shit on Game Pass.
I'm good. I want the real Rad on Game Pass.
Which one?
Robot Alchemic Drive.
Oh yes, Rad.
Rad,
That one.
Rad,
Yes.
Rad.
Yes, that's what I thought this was at first, but
They have periods between the letters, I think, in that
I
one.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a remake of that. That'd be pretty sweet. Somebody should do that. That's not me. Who knows how to make a game?
What's Truck Racing Championship about on PS4?
I'm going to say it's about truck racing, but it's not just a regular truck race. It's the championship race.
It's $40. It seems like that's the serious type of game.
Oh, it's Big Ben.
Look, kids, Big Ben.
I know they made that one other game that I wanted, but they wouldn't get back to me.
What was that?
Some Dungeons and Dragons type game.
Really?
I forget the name of it. Chaos Bane. I believe
Oh,
is the name.
this looks like something Dash should be into. Not the Dungeons and Dragon thing. This truck.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
These are like semi trucks
Going around
Yeah,
a circle.
yeah.
This is like some crazy European semi truck racing thing.
Yeah.
Is Mud Runners still on Game Pass?
Would you call me?
Mud Runners.
I don't know.
I don't know. I do know though.
Because that's like a big truck game that you might be able to play with him.
Right now, when we drive to school, he holds it's like a stress ball, but it's in the shape of an Xbox controller that came from E3. And he sits back there and plays like we're monster trucks driving to school.
No, he's driving the car.
Yeah, like he's driving back there with his
like Maggie Simpson in the intro to The Simpsons.
He's got
okay.
She's got a steering wheel.
Yes, but you understand. But it's same concept.
No, he understands that is the controller that controls the trucks.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Yes, this looks like something he would really enjoy. I have to see like how much of a sim this is.
Don't ask Wombat to get it for you.
I'm telling you, you should check out Mud Runners and see if it's on Game Pass. That's also a big truck game that you may have already paid for. So I'm just saying you can check that out first. It used to be on Game Pass. I don't know if it's still.
Dash needs the new hotness. Do not deny him the new hotness.
I know. I take it back. I'm sorry.
Good.
Oh man, so Walmart has exclusive Monster Jam shoes. I don't know if you've seen the commercials for these or not.
I have not, but I'm glad. This is good to know because, as I discussed, we never got the chance to take Elliot for new sneakers. So
they have like some like canvas ones that are lace up that have Gravedigger on the side of them. They're pretty nice.
Everyone likes Gravedigger.
Then they have ones that are like more traditional sneakers that light up. Also, you can either get Sharkadon. Is that his name? Megalodon, or
Sharkadon.
Sharkadon sounds like it would be a monster truck.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Or Gravedigger, but they do not sell these in shoe sizes for like 3-year-olds.
What size do they sell them for?
They sell them
for tie size.
Like tie size. They don't sell them for
I looked it up.
Adult size, and they don't sell them for like 3-year-olds or 3 to 4-year-olds. They sell them the in between sizes.
Right. Those junior high kids who want to they're having that transition into adolescence. They want to wear those Monster Jams. Weird. So was that it for the new releases? Monster Jam shoes?
Yeah, Switch got all the indie games it didn't have yet again.
Great. All right. Fine. Time for news, multi-platforming, and Wombat's Rainbow Sexy Talk.
Woo!
But I've been playing a lot of Apex Legends.
I've been seeing that. So what's the deal here? I thought everyone hated that game now.
So you've seen the latest controversy about the fighting on Reddit between the developers and the players?
Yeah, we're all freeloaders and we should be paying for stuff.
And asshats, I think.
Yeah, but your stuff is too expensive, so we don't want to pay for it. Is that the?
Yeah, basically. It stems from gamers on message boards or have a reputation for being toxic, and it's probably well earned in some cases.
Most cases.
And you have the case of developers whose job it probably isn't to be responding to that on message boards and should be just working on the game. Like there's people who are trained. Who work for companies who are trained to respond to people who are acting irrationally, whether it be death threats or just, name calling or whatever, just shit posting in general. There's people who know how to deal with that and also who know how to maybe not be affected by it personally and can separate it, as part of their job and not as something to be taken personally and keep them awake at night. If you don't look at it, you're not going to see it. Just like all the negative comments on the CAGcast. Anyway, I don't really.
What negative con? There's
I've never seen a negative comment about the CAGcast. So that's a straw man argument if I've ever heard one.
Do you know what's awesome? That I don't look at like the iTunes reviews or anything like that, but I get an email every once in a while from some service that tracks the CAGcast on the iTunes rankings, and they also include new reviews on there too, which I don't think I asked for. Maybe I did. I don't know. But I clicked on it once, and we don't get a lot of new reviews, but I clicked on it once to check out the chart, and there was a review in there about how we suck now. And I was like, oh, these are now like coming to me directly. Like I'm not even looking for them. Anyway, I don't really care about like.
I mean, it's not a bad thing to bring up. You should be reviewed. If you've never reviewed us, you should review us.
But don't
Cheapy reads them now.
Well, yeah, only do positive ones because they go into my email now apparently until I figure out how to turn them off.
Yes, definitely.
Anyway, forget about. I still want to talk about Apex. So anyway, I think that the argument is stemming from. Of course, there's no excuse for posting toxic stuff to developers or anybody, death threats, anything like that, insults. It's just ridiculous. No place for that. But I can see why players from Apex are confused and upset when they look at what's going on in the store if they're not used to playing free-to-play games on mobile. And I think that because this is a console game, they've taken those same like payment mechanics and amped them up because, hey, look, Apex Legends doesn't look like a mobile game in any way, right? It looks like a full-blown game. It's really like, well put together. It looks like it deserves a premium. So I think that's where sort of the confusion comes in and the anger comes in on the player side. Have you looked at this new event that people are getting upset about and like the prices involved?
Isn't it like $20 for a skin?
Here it is. It's $18 for a skin. Oh, first of all, I have to have a trigger warning for people who enjoy paying for skins and stuff. And I'm not making any negative comments about you, about how you spend your money. If you enjoy paying $18 for a skin, that's totally fine. It's your money. You earned it. I'm not saying you don't know the value of a dollar. I'm not saying you're not entitled to spend the money any way you want. It's completely fine. I'm talking about stuff from the company side. Anyway, so to get to the specifics, in this Iron Crown event, they of course, in any event, they have $18 skins. But in this event, they have a loot box that they sell for 700 coins, which is $7. Okay. And in the loot box, you get one like item and currency. That's all you get in this $7 skin. I mean, $7 loot pack. You following me so far?
Now, what's the item? It's like a random item?
Like a skin. It's going to be like an epic or legendary skin. Okay. Or like, a skin, a character skin, a weapon skin, something like that. Okay.
But again, it's a loot box.
It's a loot
you don't
box.
know what you're getting.
Okay.
And so you're spending $7 to not know what you're getting.
I just want to demonstrate how sort of predatory this whole system is. Again, if you enjoy doing this,
because it is already, and as soon as you mention the word loot box, it's predatory.
And if you enjoy loot boxes and you think they're fun, it's totally fine. I just want to just point out how sort of how sort of unfair this is. Okay. They have two choices for buying these loot special Iron Crown loot packs. There's a one at a time or a 10 pack. There's no discount for buying a 10 pack.
Give me that value. Give me that 10 pack.
No discount. 7,000 coins. Okay.
I need it.
$70. Now, there's no way to buy 7,000 coins. You have to buy 10,000 coins.
Is that the smallest amount you can buy?
No. You can buy like 6,000 coins. There's a 6,000 coin bundle for... it's designed to just for the people who can't help themselves. It's designed to just sort of take advantage of them. And for the people...
Got to have that little jingle in your pocket afterwards.
So I looked at that. I'm like, oh my God, not only are they not giving you the discount for buying $70 worth of these packs that have basically one thing in them, they're making you spend $100 to get something that's, to buy the $70 thing. Okay.
But the game's free.
The game is free. And I look at this and I say, wow, this is crazy, because I'm somebody who, if this stuff was more reasonably priced, I would be spending money. And I give them money for the battle pass, which is like $10 every couple months. But there's just no way for me to justify personally, for myself, spending $18 on a skin or $7 on a loot pack that's going to get me one thing. So I started looking into this and reading about whales. And whales are the people who, and you remember in that comment when the Apex devs were talking about the freeloaders, they said a vast majority of the players don't pay anything. And that's just a term, that's just the way that most free-to-play games are, or all of them are. Like the huge, vast majority of players don't pay anything. And the game is supported by people who are spending over $100 on the game. Go on.
Financially, it's supported that way.
That's how
both players are supporting the game, because if the free players aren't there, the whales don't have anybody to play against.
Correct. Exactly. It's the people who, and these people, and the people who are doing this aren't like probably not dropping that $100 on the pack right there, because I've been doing some research. It turns like people buy like a little at a time, mostly $20 here, $20 a month, $20 every couple of weeks. It's not like buying these big ridiculous purchases all at once, but of course it adds up when it's one player and they're doing it. They're spending $150, $200 a year on the game. So, but they're sending the message to me, to people like me, you, and me, Ship, and Wombat, like, we don't even care about your money. We knew, like, even your pittance of $5 here and $5 there, we're making enough money off of the whales that we don't even care that it sort of looks bad. Because as you look into this, you learn that there's something called internet gaming disorder, which is now listed in the major psychiatric manual of mental disorders. It's in there as something that requires further research. It's not listed as, because they just had a new update to this thing, and there's not enough research done at the time, but it's in there as a problem. And they've done more research that shows that the whales in these games share similar characteristics to people who have internet gaming disorder. These are people who the games take over their life. And it's not saying that all whales have this or anything like that, but there's a connection there. And the fact that these it's gonna come out. It's coming out now. There's just, it's hasn't been quite enough research done, but the optics are bad and the companies don't care because that's where the money is. And it's getting like the core fans mad, but that's where the money is.
Until those fans leave and then there's no one
for the whales to play against.
Play with. Yeah. As Shipwreck said so eloquently.
Whales have to have something to eat.
And I think
I still don't understand the point of buying a skin in a first person shooter. I'm so lost on that. I still don't understand.
But at the same time in Rainbow Six, you're all about your skins.
No, I'm not. I like my gun skins. I don't care about what the characters look like. You cared about what the characters look like.
Right.
Okay. I don't care what they look like.
Yeah.
Okay. You were just you were talking about them because you knew that was what I cared about.
Yes.
Okay, I got it.
Yes, that was what you cared about. I personally do not care. I think the character designs are cool in that game, but that's not my draw. I will admit though that I do like, the shiny ruby red gun skins that I have, but I could see those when I'm playing.
Right. So yeah. I just to wrap up my point here, they've done studies that show that these games make more money off of people who have internet gaming disorder, and that the whales share significant characteristics with people who are addicted to video games. And I feel like it's super duper predatory. And I don't know how sustainable this is when people become more educated to it. And, I was talking about that. They call it the DSM, the book that has all the mental disorders. The gambling disorder is the only other behavioral addiction that's in that manual, besides, compared to substance abuse. and now this internet gaming disorder. So yeah, it's happening.
So what are you saying? Do you think Apex needs to change, or?
I think it's just so obvious what's happening when you look at the prices in the store and the way that they run the store, that it's all about the whales, and sadly, some of the whales are people who probably have some sort of disorder, some sort of addiction, and the stores are taking advantage of that. Again, not everybody, but
at the same time, I don't know that the companies are.
They know, dude.
Say that they're doing that on purpose.
No, they do. You think look, if it's one small company or something, but a company like EA, who they have other. Games.
I think they understand the business aspects and the logic behind it.
Yeah.
I don't know
the psychological
that there's
stuff.
been enough. Yeah, I don't know if there's been enough research for them to put much faith into that when they see the money that they are making.
But let's put it this way. They're making a lot of money right now. Like they have billions of dollars on the line from this type of thing. I have nothing on the line. I spent a couple of hours this afternoon just reading up on this to educate myself. Surely somebody at $1 billion company who's making billions of dollars off this is looking into this.
Well, sure, but there's no repercussion and there's no reason for them to not do it.
Yeah, there's no reason for them to care.
Right now, no. But I'm saying this is just people. It's going to come out. It's going to come out that these things are connected, and I don't know. I just think this is the first time, like for the Fortnite stuff, like their prices seem like fair. Like you can just buy stuff and it doesn't seem as predatory.
Because for Fortnite, it's a different model. With Fortnite, you have a lot of kids, and my son is one of them who, he's constantly asking for a skin. He's like, first of all, this is a third-person game, so at least you get to see it, but he wants a cool skin. Luckily, we got a free cool skin thanks to Twitch, so I didn't have to buy him one.
Right.
But that's a thing.
There may be a little more, because there are a lot of kids playing. Epic is probably a little more concerned about this. And look,
it's not that at all. It's that a lot of parents are okay with, on Timmy's birthday, getting him $20 in V-Bucks, and
let the kid do whatever he wants with them.
And then let the kid do whatever he wants with his $20 in V-Bucks, but that's all they're spending, or that's what he got for his birthday from grandma.
And the skins aren't costing that much. I bought Ty some stuff. It didn't. I don't think
that's what I'm saying. That $20,
like some $15 skins in there, isn't there?
Yeah, there are some $15 skins, but that $20 in V-Bucks could go. You could get 2 skins or a skin and a hammer or whatever.
I feel like there's more value there.
There's probably a lot more people spending less money because it's a thing. It's Timmy's 6th grade birthday party. What does he want for his birthday? He really just wants some V-Bucks.
Right. All right.
And so it's a different type of scenario. No one's asking for Apex dollars or whatever they call it for their kid's 7th birthday.
But what we're going to find out is that a lot of kids who are playing Fortnite now probably have this internet gaming disorder. Because when you look through, by the way, if you want to learn more about this, you can just Google internet gaming disorder. If you Google internet gaming disorder whales, you'll find the connection between free-to-play games and internet gaming disorder. But certainly when you look through the symptoms of this thing and you read about, they line up with things that I've talked to parents about. The kids addicted to Fortnite. So yeah, get ready. It's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of things, I see we have a product review coming up.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
It looks like it's from Iron Man 3.
It does look like it's from Iron Man 2. Let's get it right.
2, you're right. Sorry. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, so we saw Games, GAEMS. We saw their products at E3 for just like a half-hour meeting where basically it was a lot of talking and not a lot of hands-on. So they sent me there for a review, like a loaner copy. I've already sent it back at this point. But
Oh, okay. I was going to ask you that.
no, it's a $700.
Oh, I know. I was going to
device.
ask you if you had sent it back already. I
Yeah,
knew you
no.
had sent it back.
I played around with it. I sent it back. So this is a 24-inch screen inside of like a
That's big.
console carrying case.
That's pretty big.
It is very large. Like this is a very hefty item, I would say. I think it weighs somewhere between 20 and 30 pounds.
Yeah.
I think without a console in it. So once you stick like the Xbox One X or any of the PlayStations in it, it doesn't support the original Xbox One. It doesn't fit in there, but any of the other ones will. But once you put that console in there, that's another at least 10 pounds once you put like the power supply in there as well.
Sure.
So you don't need Orange Theory. You get a couple of these things and you just carry your Xbox around.
Right.
So how was it playing a game with the console in the box?
It's good. Like it's a nice piece of gear. And I don't think it's like ridiculously priced at that $700 price point because it feels sturdy. It's got like a whole bunch of
Is it a 4K display?
I don't remember. Is it?
I don't know. You're the one who had it.
I'm looking right now. 1440p,
yes.
which is a good
1440p.
That's what I run.
Yep.
On my PC. I have a 27-inch 1440p display, IPS. It's probably pretty nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're close
nice
to it.
screen.
You're close to it.
And you're real close to it. It's got like a whole bunch of like it's made for streamers in mind. So it's got like gun attachments at the top of the case that you can like put like cameras and stuff on. And it's got like a whole bunch of USB outputs and video outputs and stuff.
This is for Dr. Disrespect when he's going to film people at trade show bathrooms.
Right.
And these guys edit the footage back in his hotel room. and then he gets kicked out of the show and he has to stream from his hotel room because he can't go to the show anymore.
Right.
Perfect.
He
We solved
gets
it.
somebody to carry this back to his hotel room. That's the tricky part with this. Like it's a great device. It's big. It's really big to be like a portable thing.
They can't build one of these things with the wheels on it and a pull-out handle? That would be pretty dope. All right.
That was one thing I was frustrated with. Like when you open it up, like it has like two latches on it, like you would think a briefcase type of thing.
Yeah.
But I couldn't figure out a way to do them both at the same time and make the lid come up. Like, cause it's just like so heavy to pry it open because the screen's in the lid, obviously.
Right.
So
Yes.
it's pretty heavy.
Right.
So to get it open, you have to like do one side and kind of pull up and then do the other side and then open it, which didn't like, I don't know, for when that's like your first thing that you do when you're getting your $700 device set up, it seemed like they could have done a little bit better job on the lid release.
Gotcha.
But that was really my only complaint is the weight in that release. Like the rest of it,
Yeah.
if
You know if you need one of
if
these
you're the
things or not.
market, yeah, you know if you need it or not.
It's very specific use for this type of device.
Yeah, and I know that they said like these things, they sell a lot of their other products to like military, which makes sense,
And athletes
and athletes.
who are traveling.
But I don't know that like I
They
don't know
sell
that
socks on
What?
their website too. Socks.
Yeah.
this socks.
We do.
Yeah, you can buy socks on their website.
All right, the games. What is this?
Guardian.
Games Guardian Pro XP.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got here in Wombat's Rainbow Sexy Talk? There's something here. Somebody's supposed to say something.
Oh, I didn't know what you were talking about. Yeah, they announced the next round of downloadable characters for Mortal Kombat 11. Nightwolf is already out, and Sindel is coming out as well. Sindel? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Sindel.
No.
I don't know.
Sindel, right? I said
don't
it
know.
right the first
Sindel.
time.
You said Sindel. I don't even know the answer.
Yeah, that's a standard Mortal
I call her
Kombat.
Sin.
Sindel, yeah.
Mm.
But before her, on October 8th, the Terminator T-800 with the likeness of Arnold Schwarzenegger
Yeah, it's good.
is coming
That's
to
gonna be
Mortal
good.
Kombat 11.
What about the voice? Does it have the voice?
I'm going to assume it has the voice, right? I haven't
wouldn't
seen
assume-
video yet.
I would not.
And on January 28th, 2020, the Joker is coming to Mortal Kombat
2020,
11.
What?
January 28th, that's the date I'm looking at.
Yeah, but why?
Oh my gosh, Spawn isn't until March?
And March
Don't even tell me.
17th,
Don't even tell me
2020,
this.
Spawn is coming to Mortal Kombat 11.
What am I supposed to do with this information right now?
According to the tweet by the official Mortal Kombat account, you should mark your calendars with a K.
No.
By that they meant that you're going to need multiple calendars because this spans 2 years.
Right.
Your current
Yeah.
calendar is not going to cover Joker and Spawn.
It would be nice if those characters were coming out a little bit
Come
sooner.
on. I mean, you can only fart out that many characters. Like, how many characters is that? 6 characters? 5?
Yeah, yes, no, 6.
Did you hear that?
666.
I
Six.
farted out. I farted out a
Oh,
character during that. I don't know if you
Okay.
heard it.
Nice.
I mean, all the characters look
Two
good
two characters have already come out: Shang Tsung and Nightwolf.
Right. We knew those already.
Yeah,
Joker. What's going on with this Joker?
His head looks weird.
I don't know. It's a weird looking Joker. It looks like
I know what the problem is.
it looks like a college kid dressed up as the Joker for Halloween.
I know, but the problem is Joker traditionally has like a long head, long
Yeah,
face, and now
I'm
it's
saying
round.
It's not. It's like round faced Joker.
Right,
Yeah,
it looks-
baby faced Joker.
That looks
It's weird.
dumb. Just make it look
Especially from a company that's made 2 games with really good looking Jokers in them.
right. Just make it look like a banana, and it's gonna look okay. No round Joker. face.
Or Joaquin Phoenix.
right.
Yeah, that's weird. Why
Yeah.
don't they have that tie-in?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's a
don't know.
placeholder. It's a joke. Haha, get it?
Maybe that's why it won't be ready until January 28th.
Yeah,
Mhm.
could be, and that's part of the joke. Like, let's make the Joker look really dumb. Everybody will talk about how dumb it is, and it's not coming out till forever anyway. And then we'll give him the old switcheroo.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we? I think we're ready for the CAG bag because I don't feel good.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Sounds good. What do you got?
What do I got? I got a question from @Kane Marston. He says, "Are you going to buy or already own a Google Slate Pixel phone to play Stadia at launch?" I didn't even read this question. I put it on here.
Why?
What is he talking? What is it? What?
They announced a bunch of games that are coming to Stadia at the Gamescom.
But why do I need it? Why would I want a phone? First of all, why would I want
I
a
don't know.
Stadia? And second of all, why would I want a phone to go with it?
I have no idea. You
You
probably
can play on the go.
I feel like they're just announcing games that have been announced on consoles I already own, and people are like, "How exciting is it? They're gonna Cyberpunk's gonna be on the Stadia." I'm like, "Yeah, Cyberpunk's also gonna be on the Xbox and PS4. I already have. I don't need another console to play something that I don't understand."
Is this going to get the bare minimum support from Google, like marketing wise? It's just going to die. They're not that into it. I mean, people take it seriously because Google's on it, and probably a lot of people have the same opinion that I do, that it's just like there. It's
I haven't seen anybody that's
exciting.
very high on this.
No, it's mostly a joke. So no, to answer your question, Kane, we're not going to buy any of that shit. And there's another Stadia question here. So people are talking about. I think people like gamers take it seriously because the Google name is on it, but they're rightfully cautious about it. @Gaming Groceries asks, was it a smart move by Google to put up Cyberpunk 2077 and Mortal Kombat 11 on Stadia, or would you say it won't lead to anyone playing on the platform?
It can't help them not to have those games.
Right.
But are you gonna be like, "Oh, I don't have Mortal Kombat 11 yet. Maybe I'll wait and get it on the Stadia instead of the console I already have."
Well, you'll be able to play Spawn.
I think that first of all, Stadia is only going to work for people who have like really good internet connections, and I think those people probably already who are into games like that are already on board with consoles or PCs. And that the Stadia is not priced aggressively enough to really compete against either of those. It's one thing if Stadia came out and it was like clearly subsidized by either their subscription model, which they have anyway, on top of, what are they charging for that? Like $200?
I don't know.
They have they have like the Founders version. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not cheap enough. And it also requires like a monthly fee, I think. It's not going to really go anywhere. One last question from @Lozos, who asks, do you guys have a favorite video game soundtrack that you could listen to outside of playing the game? Wombat?
I have listened to, like, there's a generic Spotify video game music channel
Okay.
that I have listened to just on shuffle,
Okay.
where I haven't even known what game I'm listening to music from and have enjoyed. And I have on occasion listened to the Skyrim soundtrack because I do like that.
Okay.
That's a good.
Nice.
That's a good to
Good
get you
answer.
motivated for the day soundtrack. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum,
Right.
ba-da-ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then you're like, oh yeah, I can get out of the house now.
Ship?
I listen to the Stubbs a Zombie soundtrack still from time to time.
Interesting.
That's a really good soundtrack.
That's a mood.
I bought the
It's a mood. Like it's I mean, it's got a bunch of like emo and indie bands on it.
Yeah, I remember the soundtrack.
Does Forza Horizon soundtrack count?
Sure.
Really?
As much as Stubbs the Zombie does, because that's not an instrumental.
Right. Those are all.
This didn't say
Licensed songs.
instrumental.
I know.
It
That's
says
what I
video game
assumed he
soundtrack.
meant. I
Right.
mean, but yeah.
Well, in that case, I would go with Rez, since I own the CD, the import CD,
Sure.
and we also were considering making that our first one of the songs, the first dance song on our wedding, and then we decided not to do that. But I go with Rez or.
I don't listen to many beeps and boops music. If that's what he's asking about.
I don't think that's. Yeah, I don't think that's what he's asking. Though.
Okay.
I think we've evolved past the beeps and boops stage of video game soundtracks.
I don't know. That's still like a.
I know
genre.
people still like it. That's a genre, but that's not what you're gonna hear in your AAA game that comes out next week or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
I will, if it's on, like if it comes up in shuffle on my phone, I will listen to the Halo songs.
Fair enough.
See? Mhm.
Yep.
All right, we got to go because I got to go.
Gotta listen to that Stubbs the Zombie soundtrack.
Exactly.
I do love me some Ravenettes.
Let's thank everybody for listening and remind them to follow us on Twitter @GPD, @NewWombat, @Shipwreck. See, I can't even talk. @Video Game Deals and on Instagram at CAG Deals. What the fuck is it? I don't even know. CAG Deals. It's got to be CAG Deals. It is. We almost have, we have over what are we up to? Over 6,000 followers on Instagram. When we get to 10,000, we can post links. Good job, Thorban. I know you don't listen because we annoy you, but good job anyway. Let's remind everybody. What else do we need to remind people? Anything? I don't think so.
Don't forget to review us on iTunes.
No, don't. Just don't even bother.
Yes, no, you should all review us on iTunes. If you don't, then you're not really a fan.
No, just leave me
And
alone.
join the Discord channel.
Just leave me alone. Watch out for internet gaming disorder and so on. Thank you.
Bread's done.
A double pleasure's waiting for you. A double pleasure from Double Mint Gum. A double great feeling, making you realize Double Mint's the one for you. Double fresh, double smooth, double delicious to chew. A double pleasure.